Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your book, P-Funk, Thinking Right. Out here in my lab, a little chilly doing what I do for you. Sun's coming up, so it ain't the wee hours in the morning. So what? I've been out here since the wee hours, so let's go. Rather than 25 rules lived by a storyteller, story with a message in the story for some of y'all who know. For life. These are life lessons I'm giving them. I see you tuned in to receive them, so let's do what we do. Right Thinkers mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Get to know yourself a little bit better with some knowledge. Right Thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline applied daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, and I'm on it. Right thinkers, your job is to know thyself. I'm giving it to you. All you gotta do is receive them and use them. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, and the right thinker, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, future right thinker. Why? Because they're simple and I can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, not a right thinker, and it's dangerous, I'll avoid you. Trust me. A person who knows but knows not that they know, ready to be a right thinker. Why? They're asleep. I can awaken them with spiritual knowledge. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I wake you up. And if you know, I'll make sure you know. I got you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. You have to have knowledge to be truthful. You can't be true to a belief. Why? Because the belief could be not well founded. And if your belief is not well founded, it's useless. So no matter how strong and how determined you are in believing something that's wrong, it's still wrong. That's the downside of belief. Right thinkers, let's talk about belief. Belief and ignorance. Wrong thinking. You got nothing. You got belief and you don't know. You really got nothing. Let's talk about that. So I'm trying to enlighten you to a concept that hopefully you can get and use. As a teacher of spiritual truth, aka right thinking philosophy, that I have proven works, I don't use belief. I have no use for a belief system. Hence, I don't do religion. Please understand that. Nothing against religion, nothing against religious people. I fellowship with them every week. So what I do and why I do what I do has no bearings on you unless that's what you choose to do. If you don't know yourself, come check me out. You can't have spiritual knowledge. That means you don't have spiritual knowledge. You're ignorant of yourself. And don't get it twisted. Ignorant means not knowing. Belief means not knowing. So if you got two things working for you and neither one of them is on point, you got bad information, you got the wrong thinking concept, and you're never gonna go anywhere because you're just gonna chase your tail. So that's a waste of my time, and hope you realize it's a waste of yours and do something about it. Now, if you want to learn, here we go. If you want to learn spiritual truth, aka right thinking philosophy, just ask me. Grilling me and asking me a bunch of useless questions ain't learning. Right thinking philosophy, okay? That's a contradiction, so I don't waste my time with that, and I appreciate if we don't do that. If you want to challenge my right thinking philosophy, don't waste my time with your ignorant point of view. Don't have no use for that. Save it for yourself. Ignorant is talking without knowledge of what you're talking about. I detest and I deploy ignorant people, especially when you're talking to me. And I know you're ignorant. So back it up, tone it down. Belief in something that you don't study or know is just wrong thinking. Again, these are all things that you need to get a grip on. I already have. Please spare me the belief system, nonsense. What I believe is useless information for me. If it works for you, fine. If what you believe works, you keep doing what you believe. I'm a teacher. I do my work to gather information, to teach the truth, not what I believe. Understand that. If the Bible, you believe the Bible is truth, is what you like, is what you live by, that's fine. That's your choice. And trust me, a lot of people made that choice. There's a bunch of y'all, so I don't have an issue with none of that. Please understand this. So don't come at me with, oh, no, I do something else. My church family and my pastor understand that, and I don't have a problem with them at all. So I know it can work. Okay? Christians are biblical truth believers. I don't have a problem with that. Right thinking philosophy is truth knowers. So take the belief. Again, I'm taking knowledge. I'm on the side. I'm gonna let you know where I stand. Ain't no problem with that. When I was a Mason, the one thing I didn't like about how we did, right, quick story. When we voted, you took a little piece of paper, you put the number or the letter, whatever you did. You know, it's a secret ballot. Be a man. I had 100-something people in my lodge. A couple of guys said, yo, man, go ahead and run for that seat. Run for senior warden. I stick my hand up there. Okay, nominate me. I go up there. It was me and 2 other guys. I got every bit of 20-something votes. I was pissed. Why? There's more than 20-something people egging me on to go up there. You didn't even vote for me. But because it's in secret, you never know who did high heart. But I always had a problem with that for that purpose. I was a victim of that. So I'm saying, at least be man enough to let me know where you stand. So I've always been that kind of dude, okay? I'd rather have an open vote. Yeah, let you know where I'm standing. I'm with him. I'm with right thinking philosophy. I'm with Egyptian concept. I'm with Maya. I'm with Shita. I'm with what I do and not what I believe. I'm with what I know. I've been studying for years, so I know this. When you start your conversation off with, I believe, end of conversation. I'm done. I don't care what you believe. I want to know what you know. I've asked you a question. Tell me what you know, not what you believe. Here we go again. Bible belief is, biblical belief is religion. Not spiritual knowledge. You just have to believe in religion. Right thinking, you have to know. I don't do belief, so you have to get some facts, some proof, some evidence. So y'all don't have that. You just work with the belief. I fellowship with biblical believers of the Bible, and I have no problem with them at all. They don't have a problem with me at all. So understand that. Stop beating up on Christians. Nope. Get better at being a Christian. Be a better Christian, and you get my respect. I don't have to believe what they believe to fellowship with them. I believe in God. That other thing they do, that ain't what I do. So at that point, that's your thing, that's fine. So understand that. Having differences don't mean you got to be against anything. Understand that. I use a book called The Pur and Haru. I use the Bible. We got books that tell us what we should do. We was getting to God a long time before the Bible come into the fact. Understand that. That's all I'm saying about the Bible. There was something else going on before that. That's what I'm working with. Something that was going on before the Bible. That's all. I'm tired of dealing with that concept. Eventually it's going to wear itself out. So that horse is getting worn out. Every religion's group is based on what? A belief system. What you two, they belief systems is what you believe in. Right thinking philosophy has a different philosophical concept and point of view. That's all it is. There's a difference, but it's not a problem. I don't invoke it on them. I just go there, fellowship, and do what I do, and go about my business. They see me doing what I'm doing here. They respect that, so they understand. Yeah, he's a different dude, but he's just as spiritual, just as Christianized as anybody else when it comes to Sunday and being in church and on prayer line on Wednesdays. Ignorant means, listen, you don't know, but it's more ignorant to believe you know and you're wrong in your belief. When your belief is wrong, If you so asinine and hell bent and brainwashed that, well, proof, facts don't mean nothing to a believer. Understand that? So I'm not a believer. Understand that. Let's move on, please. If I ask you a question about what it is you are a part of, what you claim to believe in, and you don't know enough to give me an answer, it's a waste of time. We don't have to worry about that. I raise my children. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Why? Because 9 times 10 is going to be wrong. If you're wrong and you haphazardly get it right one time, no, that doesn't mean you know. That means you got lucky. But if it ain't working for you 9 times out of 10 and only worked the one time, what that mean? It don't work. When it worked the one time, 9 times not, one time do. That's not good numbers. That's ignorant. Again, you don't know the ratio? Come on, man, that ain't good. All right. Now, back in my day, I joined the Masonic Order. Okay? I knew nothing about Masonry. Didn't have a clue. But that's the whole deal. You go into something not knowing. But once you get in, it's your job to learn. I became the worship master, the dean of instruction. Okay? I raised to the highest level. So I did that. I done surpassed that knowledge now. Why? Because I'm continuing to learn. I'm a learner of life. I take life lessons. If you're a Mason, understand it, and you claim to be, you're not a master Mason. Why? You didn't learn anything about Masonry. Walk around claiming to be something, which is all y'all do. Ain't got 3 degrees, so you ain't a master Mason. You don't have knowledge of Masonry, so why call yourself that and you ain't that? That's people I beat up on, okay? All fake, phony. Masons, Muslims, Jews, I don't care, Christians. If you phony, I got to call you out. You got a problem what I'm doing? Call me out. See, that's the difference. All right, here you go. Stop professing to be something or somebody you're not. Find you, and then you can profess anything else you want. But if you got all this other stuff going and don't know you really waste your time and spinning your wheels. Okay? Like most of y'all. You ain't by yourself. It ain't just you. You know what I'm talking about? It's a bunch of y'all. So either stick with the group or get out the group. But you in that group right now. Let's go. I'll wrap this up. I'm about to... To believe you know when you don't, you're a wrong thinker and you're dangerous. Your belief can lead you down a bad path. Trust me on that one. We believe we knew what we were doing. Knowing it was wrong, I did. I was fully aware of what I was doing. But I believe I can do better. I believe I can change it. Believe turned to reality. Okay? That's now I know. The way to go. So understand that. Let me wrap this up. I appreciate you tuning in. Sorry I had to do this to you, but please understand, don't do this to make me do what I have to do. Because if you approach me, I'm going to handle you like I handle anybody else. No preference, I don't split hairs, okay? Rule 1, don't mess with me. Rule 2, don't mess with me. Rule 3, don't forget rules 1 and 2. And if you do that, you will have to pay the price. Let's go. If you think you're a leader, and you don't know what you're being, when you don't know what you're doing, claim to be a leader, you're going to lead people the wrong way. We got a bunch of that going on too. When I was dealing drugs, I knew just what I was doing. I knew jail or death was the end result to that game I was playing. And I willingly took my shots, okay? I ended up with jail. Yeah. A lot of guys end up in the cemetery. So I crapped out. Glad I did. When I did. Changed my life. That's what it should do. My worst nightmare was going back for that same judge and had to deal with the same consequences. No. I tell you the story about the mouse and the maze. If he go on that route and he gets shot, he ain't going that way again. I'm that mouse. I ain't doing that again. Understand that. I ain't going there. Understand this. I know myself. Why? I put the time to study and learn and live what it is I need to do to know myself. Time spent doing, taking care of things. I pray, I meditate, I study to prove myself. show myself approved. When I live right, do right, and be right, I can teach you to do the same. If I wasn't doing that, I can't teach it. I don't teach spiritual beliefs. I teach and live spiritual truths, aka right thinking philosophy. If you don't know, I can teach you. If you don't understand it, pay attention. I got you. Other than that, leave it be. If you don't know, don't act like you do. And if you want to know, just ask me and I'll teach you too. That's what right thinking philosophy do. I do what I do for you. I do it for you too. Bro.